And now for something completely different. I've got a story for you today. Arturian folklore is of big importance, especially to Martin, and one of his favorite stories involves Excalibur. So here it is. How Arthur, by mean of Merlin, got Excalibur his sword of the Lady of the Lake. Right so the king and he departed, and went unto an hermit that was a good man and a great leech. So the hermit searched all his wounds and gave him good salves, so that the king was there 3 days. And then were his wounds well mended, that he might ride and go, and so he departed. And as they rode, Arthur said, I have no sword. No force, said Merlin, hereby is a sword that shall be yours, and I may. So they rode till they came to a lake, the which was fair water and broad. And in the midst of the lake Arthur was ware of an arm clothed in white samite, that held fair a sword in that hand. Lo, said Merlin, yonder is that sword that I spake of. With that they saw a damsel going upon the lake. What damsel is that? Said Arthur. That is the Lady of the Lake, said Merlin, and within that lake is a rock, and therein is a fair place as any on earth, and richly be seen. And this damsel will come to you anon, and then speak ye fair to her, that she will give you that sword. And on withal came to the damsel unto Arthur, and saluted him, and he her again. Damsel, said Arthur, what sword is that yonder, that arm holdeth above the water? I would it were mine, for I have no sword. Sir Arthur, king, said the damsel, that sword is mine, and if ye will give me a gift, then I ask it of you. Ye shall have it. By my faith, said Arthur, I will give you what gift ye ask. Well, said the damsel, go ye unto yonder barge, and row yourself to the sword, and take it and the scabbard with you, and I will ask my gift when I see my time. So Sir Arthur and Merlin alighted and tied their horses to 2 trees. And so they went into the ship, and when they came to the sword that the hand held, Sir Arthur took it upon the handles, and took it with him, and the arm and the hand went under the water. And so they came unto the land and rode forth, and then Arthur saw a rich pavilion. What signifieth yonder pavilion? It is the knight's pavilion, said Merlin, that ye fought with last, Sir Pellinore, but he is out, he is not here. He hath ado with a knight of yours that hight Eglaim, and they have fought in each other. But at last the Eglaim fled, and else he has been dead, and he hath chased him even to Carillion, and we shall meet him with anon in the highway. That is well said, said Arthur. Now I have a sword, now I will wage battle with him, and be avenged on him. Sir, you shall not so, said Merlin. For the knight is weary of fighting and chasing, so that ye shall have no worship to have ado with him. Also he will not be lightly matched for one night living, and therefore it is my counsel, let him pass. For he shall do you good service in short time, and his sons after his days. Also ye shall see that day in short space, you shall be right glad to give him your sister to wed. When I see him, I will do as ye advise, said Arthur. Then Sir Arthur looked on the sword, and liked it passing well. Whether liketh you better, said Merlin, the sword or the scabbard? Me liketh better the sword, said Arthur. Ye are more unwise, said Merlin, for the scabbard is worth 10 of the swords. For whiles ye have the scabbard upon you, ye shall never lose no blood, be ye never sore wounded. Therefore keep well the scabbard always with you. So they rode to Carillion, and by the way they met Sir Pellinore. But Merlin had done such a craft that Pellinore saw not Arthur, and he passed by without any words. I marvel, said Arthur. The knight would not speak. Sir, said Merlin, he saw you not, for an he had seen you, ye had not lightly departed. So they came to Carillion, whereof his knights were passing glad. And when they heard of his adventures, they marvelled that he would jeopard his person so alone. But all men of worship said it was merry to be under such a chieftain, that would put his person in adventure as other poor knights did.
Come, all ye young ones, and see the spirits that roam through the trees. Make haste, for the night comes to cease, to fulfill your hopes and your dreams.
So how did I do? Did you like the story? Tell me down below. Leave a like and ring my bell to subscribe to our channel so you can watch more of what we have to offer. Art for this week was provided by Hiko on Fiverr. As a direct reference to what we have going on for you during Night of the Puka. Martin and Madeline as King Arthur and Lady Guinevere. Ooh, there's some layers to that. Patreon is the best way to support this channel. Not only are you supporting us, but that we turn around and change that money into great art, music, voiceovers, comics, maybe even merch like shirts, hats, or plushies one day. You'll also get access to the Tales of Atonement coloring pages, the Monmouth comic book, music tracks, and even the Monmouth ebook so that you can read the entirety of Season 1 months before it hits YouTube, all for only $1 a month. Check the link if you want to look into that. Some of our great patrons include Pammy Poo, Shadow Fox, Arya Gamari, Charles Tam, Jace Moreland, and Lunder Lumen. Thanks for watching, everyone.